importantly, need you quacking. Continuous quacking, because if we don't quack, we don't float. Much more fun if we float, all right? Takes too long. We have a nice crowd coming up. Oh, we have some jet skis in our way. What's going on here? We're going to have a nice crowd. Ooh, we're going to have a nice audience. All right, what are we doing? Are they moving? Oh, we're going right in. Here we go. Hands in the air. 1, 2. Hands in the air, everybody. 3. Quack, 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 quack. Wave again. Quack, 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 quack. Hi, everybody. Quack, quack. Isn't that cool? We just drove in the water. I think it's pretty cool. Welcome, everybody. Woo! We did it. Are we floating in the back? My friends from France, any water coming up yet? No? Okay, let me know if that happens. All right, welcome. What's a big party going on here? Isn't that cool? They all need trailers and cars. We just drive right in. Where's those wheels go? You still have the wheels. They're there. All right, take a couple minutes to yourselves, everybody. Look around, take some photographs of beautiful Biscayne Bay. Smell that diesel in the air. All right? We're going to take a break later on, and during that other break, we'll have plenty of time to take photos of each other. But for a couple minutes, just get a feeling for the beautiful bay. Gorgeous. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't think of a better time than right now to introduce to you, finally, to the gentleman who you blindly trusted your lives with for an hour and a half. Pretty much time you met him. Let's all give a nice big round of applause for our captain from the great state of Texas, everybody, Captain Milton! Woo! Okay, now, while we're out here on the water, we are going to see some gorgeous real estate. Now, put it on there. It's a $20 million house. Yes, a couple of you. Okay, that's $30 million. $40 million? $50 million? Yes, we are going to see a $50 million house. We might even have to make $100 million for you. We're so excited. That's great. Okay, now where we're going to see these beautiful houses are, when we look off to the left in the distance, we will see the Venetian Islands. Those will be all the islands off to our left. When we look to the right here, we see Palm Island, which we just saw from the causeway. Now there's a little bridge right out there connecting it to Hibiscus Island. Hibiscus Island and Palm Island run parallel to one another. We're going to get up close and personal with Hibiscus Island a little bit later on. We'll also see Star Island once again a bit closer, and a little Fisher Island action later as well. But before we get to all the beautiful houses and islands, we see something a bit closer to us out here, don't we? We see all these lovely boats anchored around us. Now, these boats are from all over the world. Okay, some may be from Nova Scotia, some from North Carolina, some from Texas. They're from everywhere. And some of these boats are considered live-aboard. Live-aboard. Now, does any of my model friends want to tell me what that means when we call them live-aboard? People live on them, is that what you're saying? Yeah, people live aboard them. Yeah. Okay, now you can usually tell the boats where there's actually somebody living. Like this is a great example right here. Okay? Yes, they have a little tiny boat attached to the big boat. What are those little tiny boats called? A dinghy, right? Isn't it fun to say? Everybody say it. Dinghy. Makes you smile. Okay, a dinghy. Now, if you see their dinghy, usually means that's their home. Because that little dinghy right there is like their car parked in the driveway. When they want to get over to land, instead of taking their whole big old house over there, they just jump in that little dinghy, zoom over to land. Now, keeping in mind the pricey real estate in this neighborhood, would anyone like to take a wild guess as to how much money monthly our liveaboard friends out here pay to the city of Miami to anchor the little houses out here and live? Throw me a number. How about a number? Anybody want to guess? $50,000. That's what I like to hear. $50,000. What a great neighborhood. Oh, okay. All right. We're gonna tell you. We're gonna blow your mind. Are you ready? It's absolutely free. It's free. Get your boat. Grab your dinghy. Come down here. You can live for free. It's free. Free. Come on, friends. Come over here. You live for free. Now the reason it's free is because years ago the city of Miami decided to market Biscayne Bay out here to boaters all around the world to come here and live for free, because our liveaboard friends out here, they tend to have a little extra cash to throw around, a little extra coins, lots of cheese, if you will, okay? Miami likes that. They invite them to come here and live for free. Lots of these folks have big houses elsewhere in the world, but they'll take a year away, jump in their boat, sail around the world. Miami wants them here because when they're here, they're spending their money here, right? They're eating in our restaurants, they're dancing in our nightclubs. What? Right? They're buying their art from our beautiful art galleries. They're spending their money. Miami says thank you. We even have a grocery store set up on South Beach, has a little canal across the street from it, so they can just jump in those dinghies, zoom straight to the grocery store, load all their groceries into the little boats, zoom right back. They make it easy because they like them here. Okay, we have someone else living in the bay as well. Who could it be? It rhymes with B. Why, it's the manatee. Yes, 20 points for you, sir, for being able to rhyme. Thank you. Okay, the manatee lives here. Now, if you're not familiar with what a manatee is, it is a mammal. It grows to be about 3,000 pounds. And if you've never seen one before, it sort of looks like a torpedo that has swallowed some bowling balls along the way. Okay, big, goofy creature. Very friendly. Spends all of its time on the sea floor eating seagrass. It comes up for air. It goes back down and eats more grass. That's why they call it the sea cow. Now, we have a problem with these lovely cows, because whenever we see them, they always have big open wounds on their backs, big scars and big scrapes, and a lot of them started to die off from the infections from these wounds. And what was happening to them was whenever they would come up for air, sometimes they would turn into very large speed bumps for the boaters who are zooming by with their sharp propellers having a good old time. These manatees come up out of nowhere, they'd run right over them. They didn't mean to, but they were hitting them and a lot of them started to die off. So it was a very sad situation for a long time. Well, now there's really good news, because thanks to Florida Games and Fisheries, manatees made an incredible comeback over the last 10 years or so, because what they have simply decided to do is post speed signs in the bay, regulating the speed of our boaters in the areas where there's a lot of that seagrass and those manatees are known to hang out and feed. We're actually in a manatee zone right now, so we must go very slowly. This will give Captain Milton ample time. If he sees one of those speed bumps come out of nowhere, he actually has time, because we're going so slowly, to drive around the speed bump, just like we do on land when we see one, right? So it's made a huge difference. Everybody's happy. Further out in the bay, not as much seagrass, those boaters are permitted to go much faster. Okay, if we look out to the left here, we see a cute little bridge. See a little bridge, you'll see cars driving over it, there's some people walking. That bridge right there is called the Venetian Causeway. The Venetian Causeway. And it is in that exact location where back in 1913, the world's longest wooden bridge was built. Now, it was built by a man named John Collins. And when it was built, it went from the city of Miami all the way to Miami Beach, 2.5 miles. Prior to that bridge being built, the only way to get onto Miami Beach, which is an island, was by ferry. So once that bridge was built, everybody was excited. They could just drive to the beach instead of taking that ferry. Well, something's weird now, because that little tiny bridge doesn't look like it's 2.5 miles long anymore, does it? Looks like it shrunk. What happened? I'll tell you. Back when the bridge was originally built, none of these islands were here. So all of the islands that we're looking at and talking about today, the Venetian Islands, Hibiscus Island, Palm Island, Star Island, even Fisher Island, they are all fake islands. They're inflatable. No, they're not inflatable. But they are man-made islands. They were literally scooped out of the bay and built up around the bridge so that we could put the bay pricey real estate on. Everybody loves waterfront property, right? So now the same route, the bridge is still there, just the islands were built up around it. It goes, the bridge now goes through the islands, over the water, through the islands. Look, it comes out the other side, all the way to Miami Beach, 2.5 miles. Now, back in 1926, we had a really big hurricane. Captain, they're going too fast, aren't they? See, those guys, we got a lot of people out here on the weekends who don't understand the manatee zone. And they're going way too fast. And the police officers around is going to pull them over. So we'll watch for that. Get that bad boys ready to go again, Captain. Okay.